Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we completed Hades' dogs. We have taken out Cerberus's main research facility, and we got contacted by a representative of the Shadow Broker. We gave them the Cerberus evidence because fuck the Alliance. At this point, that is what Naomi's thought process is. Fuck the Alliance, you betrayed me. Whether you knew it or not, that's what you ultimately did. And once this is all over, I am quitting. I am sending you my resignation letter because fuck you guys. Okie doke. Now, here's the question. Where do we want to go from here? Where do we want to go? We are slowly but surely clearing out the map. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we do the Geth incursion. Then I'm gonna head back to the Citadel. We're gonna see if anything has changed there, and then I think we're gonna do Novaria. And then after that, I'm gonna clear up any and all side quests. I get the feeling that Vermeer is... because I'm aware that this isn't a particularly long game. I am aware that this is not a particularly long game. It's not like main quest after main quest after main quest. There are only a few. So I'm thinking that Vermeer might be not quite the final thing, but I could imagine it being Vermeer and then you're into endgame. So I'm thinking once I do Novaria, I am going to go round to each system just to make sure I haven't missed anything. And then I can do Vermeer and then I can do endgame. And if it doesn't take me to endgame, then, you know, plus points.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy, Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skyllian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
As I mentioned before, I do think that Naomi trusts Hackett to some extent, because if he had realised that, hey, the classified research project on Akuz was the Alliance fucking over her unit, I doubt he would have told her that. I doubt he would have set her on this path if he knew where it would lead to. So I don't think he is involved.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out.
Oh, flippin' heck. Oh my god, I didn't realise they were all over the place. Jesus. Gagarin, Tereshkova, Hong, and Vamshi. Let's start with Gagarin. Now, I did mention before, you know, when I couldn't remember that we had already been told who Cerberus were. Naomi is playing nice with the Alliance because we're going after Saren. It's better to have their backing right now than when everything is calm. We can say, hey, I know the truth, balls to you, fuck you guys, I'm out. Also, to be brutally honest, I think that Naomi would do this anyway. If the Geth are attacking human colonies, Naomi doesn't trust the Alliance. That doesn't mean she hates humans. She wants to protect people. So I think even if the Alliance weren't involved, she would still be doing these missions to, you know, save the colonies and this, that, and the other. So I don't think she'd be saying, I'm gonna let people get hurt because I hate the Alliance. You know, she's not gonna cut off her nose to spite her face. Pressure. Pressure is a relatively small hydrogen-helium gas giant with large amounts of hydrocarbons in the middle layers of the atmosphere. When the Krogan rebellions ended 3 millennia ago, the Turian chief of naval operations, a distinguished soldier named Mercury, declared his immediate retirement. He disappeared into what was then uncharted territory. It was only 200 years ago that his ship was found on the surface of Pressure's largest moon. It had landed gently and been deliberately shut down. Of Admiral Mercury, however, no trace was ever found. Ooh, mysterious. Orbital period 0.7 Earth years. Radius 38,482 kilometers. Day length 16.2 Earth hours. You at the back there? Oh, flippin' heck. Antirumgon, maybe? Antirumgon is a small rock and ice planet with a trace atmosphere of methane and ethane. The frozen surface is mainly composed of carbon with deposits of calcium. Antirumgon has been used as a crude anchorage for Terminus pirates for many years. The shells of temporary dwellings blasted by Alliance frigate patrols dot the surface. But always, the pirates return to ground their ship's drive charges, chip out some water ice, and trade slaves and stories. The deeper layers of Antirumgon's interior are semi-liquid slush due to the presence of methanol. It is thought that bacterium in the deep core create this natural antifreeze. Some species of Terminus pirates drill through the ice crust to recover this natural alcohol. Orbital period 4.0 Earth years. Radius 9,508 kilometers. Day length 32.1 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.00 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature negative 178 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.90 G. Light metal surveyed. Scans from orbit have detected a deposit of cobalt. Lovely. Juntha. Juntha is a large terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and chlorine. The surface is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of nickel. Surveyors found the ruins of a technical civilization near the equator, evidently the colony of an ancient spacefaring race. The ruins had subsided to almost nothing, merely wind-hollowed husks of archaeologies and other megastructures. In the centre of the ruins was a single column whose inscriptions defied translation for several centuries. When Asari linguists finally managed a translation, the elaborate relief carvings said merely, "Walk among these works and know our greatness." The crude scratches on the base of the reverse side said, "Monsters are from the id." Orbital period 0.2 Earth years. Radius 10,480 kilometers. Day length 56.7 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.96 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature negative 49 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.98 G. Matriarch's writings recovered. Scans revealed a wrecked freighter orbiting one of Juntha's smaller moons. A recon team found no signs of life, but they did recover one of Matriarch Dilanaga's writings. This is interesting. This is interesting. So, the id, it's a psychological term. So you have... Oh god, how... I studied psychology back in 6th form. There is the id, the ego, and the superego. Oh god, I can remember the 3 terms, but I can't remember what they stand for. You know what, I'ma very quickly look that up because I want to know exactly what this person is saying. Like I said, it's a term in psychology, the idea that you have these three aspects of yourself. One of them is like, oh, you know, like childish things like, I'm the best, no one is better than me, blah, 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 blah. Then you have one that is slightly more, you know, like, no, let's be calm, let's not be childish. And then I can't remember what the third one is. Quite frankly, yeah, it is id, ego, and super ego. I am quite proud that I remembered the super ego part of it, because I can remember id and ego. Those are piss easy to remember. So yeah, it's like the iceberg of the human mind. So you have, yeah, it's based off of Freud. Okay, so the id, so you have like the ego at the top, that is above the surface. Then you have the super ego just beneath the waves, and then you have the id all the way at the bottom, because the thing with an iceberg is you can't see how far down it goes. You can see the top, because that's above water, but you can't see just how far down they go. The id is the primitive and instinctual part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. The super ego operates as a moral conscience, and the ego is the realistic part that kind of mediates between the desires of the id and the super ego. That is, thank you Google for that explanation. That sounds about right. Yeah, monsters are from the id, so monsters are from the primitive aspects of oneself. That is, of course, it is actually a place on the planet. It's a city. You can go there. Like, it could be something like that. It could have a far more mundane meaning. However, from a psychological perspective, that is very interesting, because here's the thing, you need the id. You need, like, the three parts work together as a whole. You cannot have one without the others. A human is not a whole person without all of those aspects. Yes, the id might be primitive, but those primitive drives allowed us to get to where we are, to the point where we could be civilized. Oh, that is intriguing. Walk among these works and know our greatness. That is very, oh, we are so superior. That we are so grand, look upon us. However, here's the thing. The ruins had subsided to almost nothing. I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. Excuse me. Yeah, so presumably this carving, this giant column is the only thing left standing, so presumably this was the last thing that went up. They realised we're dying, there's nothing we can do about it, what should we do? Let's make a carving that says how great we are even though we're dying off. And some realist scratched in, monsters are from the id. This is what we did to ourselves. We were so selfish. That's the thing about the id. Like I said, it is primitive. It is all emotion. We were so selfish and so self-absorbed that even when we're dying, we don't do anything about it. Instead, we build this fucking column that talks about how great we are whilst, you know, everyone's dying. Like, what the hell? Ooh, that is intriguing. I like that. Sagelrus. Sagelrus is a small terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. The frigid surface is mainly composed of water ice, which can be plainly seen in the bottoms of recent craters. The dark coloration of the surface is caused by a carbon and ferrous material pushed up from the denser core by cryovolcanic. Let's try that again. Pushed up from the denser core by cryovolcanic processes. Orbital period 1.8 Earth years. Radius 4,327 kilometers. Day length 63.9 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.52 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature negative 136 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.46 G. And you. Rayingri, maybe? Rayingri is a small, barren terrestrial world. While it possesses a reasonably temperate climate and a number of useful resources, no mining corporation is willing to risk investment. A rogue planetoid, dubbed Varts by the initial Solarian surveyor team, entered the system approximately 10,000 years ago and was trapped in a decaying orbit around Rayingri. It is nearing the end of its slow spiral inwards. Earthquakes and cyclonic windstorms are increasingly common on Rayingri. Within a few hundred years, the planets will rip each other apart. Some Asari travel consortiums have already announced sponsorships of cruises to observe the spectacle. That's not a spectacle, that's sad. I don't get people who want to observe. The planet is dying. I don't understand people who want to observe death. It's almost like the submarine that was destroyed going down to the Titanic. Now that was a tragedy. I don't understand the people saying like, oh, they were rich, fuck them. Those were people's sons and daughters. Like, have some sympathy, have some empathy. I don't care that they were rich and doing what, let's be honest, it was a stupid rich thing. I don't care, they still died. They still died. That is tragic. Now, back to what I was saying before, I don't understand why they did it. If someone came to me and said, hey, Callista, we're gonna have a party. Oh, where are you having this party? On an ancient Native American burial ground. I'm gonna say, thanks but no thanks. I don't want to do that. That seems disrespectful to the dead. I don't want to have a party on someone's gravesite. I wouldn't want to go to, because the Titanic is a giant grave. It's a giant grave. I don't understand wanting to go and gawk at it. Like I said, I don't understand why they did it. That doesn't mean I'm not empathetic. They died. That was, and the search, oh my god, people searching their loved ones, thinking maybe they'll find them in time, only to be told, yeah, nah, they've been dead for a while. That is, I feel so badly for the people who died in the explosion. I'm not sure which it was, but I feel so badly for their families, for the people who died, even though I don't necessarily understand why they did it. I hope I'm making sense here. Have I read this? Let's read it. Radius 5,171 kilometers. Day length 60.5 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.84 Earth atmospheres. Surface temperature 46 Celsius. Surface gravity 0.87 G. Okay, who do we want to bring? I mean, on one hand, we're taking out Geth, so Tali would be handy. No, well, let's go with Tali and Kaiden. I feel like that's a duo I don't bring out very often. Okie doke. Debris, overrun research outpost, and an anomaly. You know what, let's do a quick sweep of this area. Look for any minerals. And then we can head on over. That sounds good to me. We go. Oh, hello. Hello, what be you? I don't trust this. I don't trust this. They wouldn't put a thresher maul so close to the edge. They wouldn't. They couldn't, surely. Okay. Discovery. The burnt corpses, evidently a mom-and-pop independent salvage team, show signs of close-range hits from Geth heavy particle beams. Yep, there's our confirmation. The Geth are here. They are dicking about. our way over here. Also, you know what? Before I forget, you have nothing. You do have something, though. Ooh, we could go all into hacking. Oh, but she also could do with some armor. Yeah, let's make her a wee bit tankier. The best offense is a good defense. I say that, I'm pretty sure I've also said the best defense is a good offense. I kind of ascribe to both. I think it's better to use them, you know, to use them interchangeably. Sometimes you do want to be more tanky, you just want to, you know, hold out, outlast your opponent, and other times, you know, it's better to have a shit ton of guns on your side and blow them away. One second. I swear down. I swear I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things, but at the same time it could have been one of my next door neighbor's dogs. Someone, I'm not entirely sure which neighbor it is, but someone has a very small yappy dog. And if anything comes into that, you know, into its garden, it will go off. And it's got a proper, like, yeah! Like, it yaps. It's not a bark, it's a yap. And it yowls. Admitted, it's only a dog. It's only a wee little dog. Like, what do you expect? But yeah, it does that a lot, and I can't tell if I heard my neighbor's dog or if that was something in the game. That one of these days, I'm gonna pause and there's gonna be something. I swear, I'm not going mad. There will be something one day, maybe. Okay, yeah, nothing over here. Alright, ooh, hello! Beautiful. Beautiful, lovely. But yeah, let's find that debris.
Operational area.
No, I'm not. I'm just getting a thing, Joker. How dare. Okay. What be you? There we go. Lovely. And you know what, let's make our way around. We're gonna avoid the Geth base for now. God, that is beautiful. That is such a lovely shade of orange. Ooh, careful, careful. Oh God, are you at the top of the mountain? You're gonna be at the top of the mountain. Can we? There we go. Let's just go around. Maybe boost it little by little. Come on, you can do it! You can do it! There you are. There you are, I see you. I see you, my pretty. And lovely. more thorium. Rare element surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a large deposit of thorium. You know what, let's take a look. How are we doing? Yeah, sorry, I was like, has one of them disappeared? No. No, you're fine. Okay, we're doing pretty good on the light metals and rare earths. We just need more heavy metals. And we only have 4 more of the Matriarch's writings. 1 more Prothean artifact. Okay. 7 more League medals, though. I've mentioned this before. I do want to do all of the side quests. I want to get them all done, so... Again, let's keep heading down that way. Used it. I'm a bet on 2 minerals. I'm a bet on there being 2 minerals, because you'd imagine that the Geth would mine them out. The Geth need resources. So you'd assume that they'd be mining this place. And again, more boosts. That's just the wind. I don't know what I'm expecting. I don't know what I'm expecting. I don't know what it is, but you know, I have my ear out. I'm always listening when I'm driving the Mako, and I'm just... I don't know why, but I kind of expect there to be, like, creepy, like, you know, Shepherd. Like, I expect to hear that, and I'm just like... I don't know why I'm treating this like this is a horror game. I can't explain it, but that's just what my expectations are. Just go away. Medallion recovered. The downed pod contained a League of One medallion. Its owner is nowhere to be found. Excellent. Let me in. And my mineral friend, you are coming with me. Assuming I can find you, of course. Aha. Let me out. Rare element surveyed. You have successfully surveyed a small deposit of polonium. Okay, let's just head up this way, and then I think we'll have roughly covered all of the planet, or most of it. Hello. Is that... Hello. What be this? This makes me suspicious. I trust none of this. None of this. Well, thank you. The scavengers who made this camp are gone. They seem to have abandoned it abruptly some time ago. So that'll be the mom and pop scavengers who we found dead. Aha! See, this is why we check. This is why we check the map. We have a good old look around. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for driving over your tent. I know you're dead, but still. Okay. You know what? I'm good to say we have explored. So let's set a course for where the Geth are chilling out. And hopefully I'll get to use the Mako's cannon. I swear, using the Mako's cannon is like a highlight of my day. I really enjoy blowing buggers away. Oh, I'm coming for you, Geth. I'm coming for you. Assuming you're not at the top of that hill. Okay, you know what? I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we find wherever the Geth are chilling out at. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.